Imagine this scenario. You're sitting in the doctor's office. The air conditioning is humming, but you're sweating. The doctor walks in, looks at a piece of paper, and sighs. He circles a number in red ink. That number is your PSA. For millions of men watching this right now, that number is a ticking time bomb. It's the difference between see you next year and we need to schedule a biopsy immediately. We are in 2026. Medical science has advanced rapidly. We now know that the prostate isn't just an organ that sits there and ages. It is a sponge. It absorbs the environment you create inside your body. And the scary truth? Most of you are unknowingly feeding a fire inside that sponge every single day. You think you're eating healthy? Think again. What if I told you that the healthy grilled chicken you had for dinner, or that glass of milk you drank for bone health, is actually acting like gasoline on a fire for your prostate cells? In this video, we are not just giving you generic advice like eat your veggies. No, we are going deep into the biochemistry of your body. I am going to reveal the 5 most dangerous foods that research in 2024 and 2025 has confirmed can spike your PSA levels and accelerate prostate enlargement. Some of these are obvious, but numbers #3 and #2, they will shock you. They are likely in your fridge right now. Put down the fork, turn up the volume, let's save your life. Before we dive into the list, a quick but important reminder. I am sharing the latest nutritional research with you, but I am not your doctor. Everyone's body is different. Please do not stop taking any prescribed medication without consulting your healthcare provider. Think of this video as a conversation starter with your doctor, not a replacement for them. All right, now let's get into the science. The science of the silent alarm. Before we expose the culprits, we need to understand the crime scene. What exactly is PSA? PSA stands for prostate-specific antigen. Think of PSA as the smoke coming from your prostate. A little bit of smoke is normal. It means the factory is running. But when the smoke gets thick, when that number jumps from 2 to 4 or 4 to 10, it means there is a fire. That fire is caused by 3 things. 1. Inflammation, prostatitis. 2. Enlargement, BPH. 3. Cancer. Here is the 2026 update that changed everything. We used to think genetics ruled the prostate, but recent meta-analyses published in the Journal of Urology and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have proven that epigenetics, how your environment switches your genes on and off, is the driver. And the fuel for that switch? It's your diet. When you eat specific inflammatory foods, you trigger a cascade of hormones, specifically insulin and IGF, one that scream at your prostate cells, grow, divide, multiply. We want to shut that voice up. We want to make the prostate boring, quiet, and calm. To do that, you must eliminate these 5 enemies immediately. The 5 foods to eliminate. Food has shown, the charred deceiver, red and processed meats. Let's start with the heavy hitter, the one you don't want to hear but need to hear, red and processed meats. Now, I know, you love your steak, you love your bacon, but hear me out on the science, because it's terrifying. It's not just about the fat, it's about the chemistry of cooking. When you take a piece of red meat, beef, pork, lamb, and you process it into bacon, sausage, or hot dogs, you are essentially injecting it with nitrates and preservatives. In the acidic environment of your stomach, these nitrates convert into nitroso compounds. These compounds are known carcinogens. They damage the DNA of the cells lining your prostate. But wait, it gets worse. Do you like your steak grilled? That nice black char marks on the outside? In 2026, we confirmed that cooking meat at high temperatures creates 2 specific chemical villains. HCAs, heterocyclic amines, PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. When you eat that char, these chemicals enter your bloodstream, travel to the prostate, and incite oxidative stress. It's like throwing a grenade into a small room. The prostate reacts by getting inflamed. Inflammation pushes PSA levels up. If you are battling high PSA, processed meat, salami, bacon, ham must be 0. Red meat, limit it strictly, and never ever burn it. Food #2, the calcium paradox. High-fat dairy. This is the one that confuses everyone. But doctor, I need milk for my bones. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Milk is designed to turn a 60-pound baby calf into a 1,500-pound cow as fast as possible. How does it do that? It is packed with hormones and growth factors. The most dangerous one for men is IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. Multiple longitudinal studies have shown a direct correlation. Men with the highest intake of dairy have significantly higher risks of prostate cancer and elevated PSA. Why? Because IGF-1 is a mitogen. It tells cells to divide. If you have a microscopic cluster of cancer cells in your prostate, which many men over 50 do, unknowingly, IGF-1 is like fertilizer for those cells. Furthermore, high calcium intake, specifically from supplements and dairy, downregulates the production of vitamin D in your body. Vitamin D is the guardian angel of the prostate. It protects against cancer. By flooding your system with dairy calcium, you are accidentally disarming your body's natural defense system. The verdict: switch to plant-based alternatives. Almond milk, oat milk, or soy milk. Yes, soy is safe. We debunked the estrogen myth years ago. Soy actually protects the prostate. Ditch the cheese, ditch the cow's milk. Food hash 3, the white poison, sugar, and refined carbs. If food hash shown in hash 2 are the fuel, food hash 3 is the spark. I'm talking about sugar and refined carbohydrates. White bread, pasta, pastries, soda, and even those healthy fruit juices that are stripped of fiber. Here's the mechanism. When you consume high glycemic foods, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas panics and pumps out a massive amount of insulin. Insulin doesn't just manage sugar. High insulin levels are pro-inflammatory. Hyperinsulinemia, chronically high insulin, has been linked directly to BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. Think about it visually. High insulin makes tissue grow. BPH is literally the growth of prostate tissue squeezing your urethra. When you eat a donut, you are signaling your prostate to squeeze tighter. And let's talk about cancer cells. Cancer cells have a sweet tooth. They consume glucose at a rate 10 to 50 times higher than normal cells, the Warburg effect. By keeping your blood sugar high, you're essentially setting up an all-you-can-eat buffet for any malignant cells lurking in your body. The verdict: you must adopt a low glycemic diet. If it's white, don't take a bite. Complex carbs, only quinoa, sweet potatoes, steel-cut oats. Starve the enemy. Food hash 4, the inflammation bomb, omega-6 vegetable oils. Go to your pantry. Pick up that bottle of soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, or sunflower oil. Throw it in the trash. These industrial seed oils are excessively high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, the human body needs a balance of omega-3, anti-inflammatory, and omega-6, pro-inflammatory. Ancestrally, our ratio was 1:1. In the modern 2026 diet, that ratio is 1:20. We are drowning in omega-6. When your omega-6 is too high, your body produces arachidonic acid, which converts into inflammatory molecules called prostaglandins. These molecules cause the prostate tissue to swell. Studies have found that men with high levels of omega-6 inches, their blood have more aggressive prostate cancer progression than those with high omega-3 seconds. The verdict: replace these cheap oils with fruit oils. Extra virgin olive oil, rich in polyphenols, avocado oil, or coconut oil. Olive oil contains oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory compound that rivals ibuprofen in its effect. Food hash 5, the liquid fire alcohol and caffeine overload. I saved this for last because it's the hardest habit to break. Alcohol is a double-edged sword. While red wine has some antioxidants, alcohol itself is a diuretic and an irritant. When you drink alcohol, particularly beer, which raises prolactin levels, you are causing vascular congestion in the pelvic area. Have you ever noticed that after a night of heavy drinking, your urinary symptoms are worse? The stream is weaker? That's not a coincidence. Alcohol inflames the bladder, neck, and the prostate, causing them to constrict. And let's touch on caffeine. Coffee is actually controversial. Some studies say it's good, antioxidants. But if you have an enlarged prostate, BPH, caffeine acts as a potent diuretic. It irritates the bladder. It makes you need to go now, creating urgency and frequency, forcing your bladder to squeeze against an inflamed prostate. The verdict: if your PSA is high or you have urinary symptoms, cut the alcohol completely for 30 days. Watch what happens. For coffee, limit it to 1 cup a day or switch to green tea. Green tea contains EGCG, a catechism proven to induce death in prostate cancer cells. It is the ultimate anti-prostate cancer beverage. The solution: the PSA Shield, diet, the twists. Now, you might be feeling overwhelmed. Great, I can't eat meat, I can't drink milk, I can't eat sugar. What can I eat? Cardboard? Relax. This is where the magic happens. Nature has provided us with potent weapons to fight back. By removing the 5 bad foods, you create space for the PSA crushers. I want you to add these 3 things to your diet starting tomorrow. To 1, Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, they contain sulforaphane, which detoxifies carcinogens. Lycopene warriors. Cooked tomatoes. Cooked tomatoes release lycopene, which targets the prostate like a laser-guided missile. Pumpkin seeds, packed with zinc. Your prostate uses more zinc than any other organ in the body. It is the fuel for prostate immunity. Gentlemen, your PSA number is just data. It's a signal on the dashboard, but you are the driver. You can ignore the check engine light until the car breaks down on the highway, or you can pull over, open the hood, and fix the problem. By eliminating these 5 inflammatory foods, processed meat, dairy, sugar, seed oils, and excessive alcohol, you aren't just lowering a number on a page. You are reclaiming your sleep, no more waking up 5 times a night, you are reclaiming your energy, and you are reclaiming your peace of mind. It's 2026. Ignorance is no longer an excuse. You have the knowledge, now you need the discipline. Here is my challenge to you. Try avoiding these 5 foods for just 21 days. Then go get your levels checked. Come back to this video and comment your results. I promise you, you will be amazed. If you want the full list of top 10 foods to shrink your prostate, I've prepared a free PDF guide for you. Click the link in the description below to grab it. And hey, if you found this helpful, smash that subscribe button. It's easier than a prostate exam and much more comfortable. I promise. Stay healthy, stay nourished, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay calm. Subscribe for calm, evidence-based health here on Nourish Today.